Thank you for clicking on this video. Right below this video, you can click like, share, subscribe. If you want to make a financial contribution or become a monthly financial contributor to this YouTube channel, down in the comment section, you can click on my Patreon page. You can also reach out to me through my email address. Thank you for everything all of you are doing to support what's happening on this YouTube channel. God keeps giving me stuff that I have to say to somebody, I have to sing to somebody, and it's you. So thank you. We're all in this together. Previously, I've mentioned that there's a golf course. It's a part of our apartment complex. Carla and I have not been on the golf course. We don't belong to the golf club. Golf doesn't work for me. The rules of golf, they interfere with my game. But I hold out hope. I'm almost 65 years old, but I think I can still become a world-class golfer if we can just tweak a couple of the rules. First of all, we have to do something about those dumb holes. They don't work for me. So it couldn't be that big a deal to just cover them up, and take those flags away. Now, if the rules of golf change so that whoever loses the most golf balls wins, or if the rules of golf change to where whoever can creatively hit a golf ball in a direction that was utterly unanticipated by everybody, including the golfer, that person wins. Now we're talking. You'll watch me climb the leaderboard. I will become a world-class golfer because that kind of golf, I can play that kind of golf. And of course, that's not going to happen. They're not going to change the rules of golf to favor me. But you know what? Sometimes we can catch ourselves thinking that way about life. When life is difficult, when life is hard, we want to tweak a few of the rules, don't we? So that things can turn out in our favor, so that the odds can be in our favor. But life doesn't work that way, does it? It doesn't work for me, it doesn't work for you. It didn't even work that way for Jesus. He had a very hard time. Hours before his crucifixion, Jesus met with his disciples in an upper room, and he talked for a long, long time. It's recorded in John's Gospel, chapters 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Read it when you can. It won't take you that long to read. But by the time Jesus is finished, he sings to the disciples, and this is John 16, verse 33, I've told you all these things so that in union with me, you can have peace. In this world, you're going to have all kinds of trouble. You will. You just will. But take courage. I have overcome the world. Let's unpack that a little bit. In union with Christ, we can have peace, not wishful thinking, not constant relief or happiness, but we can have steadfast, solid, strong, transrational peace in union with Christ. Jesus says, in this world, you will have all kinds of trouble. The Greek word there is a word that can be translated pressure, compression, affliction, oppression. It's what happens when we don't have any options. It's what happens when there's no way out. It's what was about to happen to Jesus. And soon after he said to the disciples, I've spoken all this to you so that in union with me you may have peace. In this world you will have all kinds of trouble, but take courage, I've overcome the world. Very soon after he said that, he was writhing on the ground in Gethsemane, begging God to tweak things just a little bit, and it didn't work out that way for Jesus. This is a word that means crushed or squished. In this world, Jesus says, What you can count on is that one way or the other, from the inside out or from the outside in, you're going to get crushed. I make these incredible breakfast concoctions, and I have a couple of tools that I use with my fruit. I use fruit that has been known to fight cancer, and I put that fruit in. In fact, anything that fights leukemia goes into my concoction. And once it's all in there, I use this first, and I just crush everything with this. But it will only go so far. Then it's time for this one. And oh, this one, this is something, because you got your fruit sitting right there, and I crush it, I squish it, and I keep doing it. And if the fruit could talk, the fruit would say, "Would you stop that? This doesn't feel good. This isn't going well." By the time I'm done, I have some kind of goo, we'll call it, that I then proceed to put in my body, and it's actually quite tasty. Jesus says, in this world, it's not going to be fair. And God's not going to suspend the rules. Living in a fantasy world doesn't get us very far. It doesn't work in golf, and it doesn't work in life. In this world, we're going to have all kinds of trouble. Affliction, pressure, compression, oppression. But Jesus says, take courage. I've overcome the world. And that's what he did through the cross and the empty tomb. See, I'm not saying to you that in union with Christ, you're going to be happy all the time, or you're going to feel good all the time, or that you'll even feel your faith all the time. It just doesn't work that way. I'm saying something so much better. Jesus has overcome the world. And in union with Christ Jesus, we are in companionship with someone who's already faced something worse than anything that will ever happen to us. He died, he arose, he's alive, and in union with Christ, we have transrational, solid, secure peace that surpasses all comprehension, that guards our hearts and our minds in union with Christ Jesus. Grace and peace.